Hi, folks. This is going to be my short discussion on Pinocchio, and then I'm going to go on to Finding Nemo. What can I say about Pinocchio? I love the movie line. I love the movie. It's just great, and Disney was basically an original thing. I loved it so much. They started out in 1940, yeah, 1940 to 41. It's when they started on creating different ideas for the other original Disney movie after the first one, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, came out. So one of the things I loved about Pinocchio was that, you know, the basically the character, well, most likely the narrator of the story, Jiminy Cricket, which he's basically the most cutest cricket I've ever seen. He's so cute, and I just like it a lot. So, anyways, onto my review of Finding Nemo. Now, just so you guys know, I'm not saying this to offend anyone who actually enjoyed the film or loved the film. This is just basically my opinion. That was my same of Pinocchio. So, just so you guys know, no need to get offended. Now, what can I say? Um, Finding Nemo is a great Disney Pixar film. I thought it was one of the best computer animated Pixar film I I've ever seen. I saw the movie in theaters once and I immediately fell in love with it. Which what I mean by is I followed every single line. Which the thing was I imitated character by character, scene by scene, line by line. Like, oh my goodness. I didn't even know I could imitate the characters. There are like 3 to 4 different kind of characters in the film, which I'm gonna name you 3 because there's too much that I I kind of lost count over. So, anyways, the 3 I'm gonna actually discuss about is Marlin, Nemo, and Gil. Now, one of the main now Marlin, he's like a he's basically like all of the other typical dads, but he is kind of a bit of a clownfish, like everyone amused him funny. Like in the beginning of the movie, Marlin, yeah, could not tell a joke to save his own life. Like honestly, how can a clownfish not even tell a good joke? It's ridiculous. But Disney and Pixar, they wanted to find a character. They wanted to find someone who can do the voice of this sweet and caring, but yet overprotective dad. And so the character they had to go with was basically Albert Brooks. Albert Brooks, he did one of the voices in he did he did voice in many of the earlier works before Finding Nemo. Albert Brooks was the voice of the tiger in Doctor Dolittle. Now, I just want to say this about Albert Brooks. He just had that personality, that characteristic of an a overprotective dad. And I could tell you this that Albert Brooks, he's one of the best. One of the best. Now, Nemo, he's so cute. He has just like full of energy. He's craving adventure. And the person who did Nemo was Alexander Gould. And he was the best out of the little boys I've heard acting, as well as Dickie Jones and Pinocchio. But Alexander Gould, just wow. Now, Willem Dafoe, he did the voice of Gil, and I just want to say, Gil, he's so courageous. I mean, Gil has been wanting to do like every single rescue plan. He tried, no matter how hard he tried, he always, gets stuck back in the tank again. Which, as I watched the film, this was back in 2003, I believe, or 2002. I really don't know, but in the concept of Nemo being in the tank with Gil, Gil intrigues of his rescue plan, combines it together with Nemo, and all around it just goes afire, and then BAM! And then it just, and BAM! It just goes together. But the thing was, with Gil's knowledge and instinct on how to, escape the tank, but also with Nemo's life because of Nemo's skimpy fin, it all started revolving a little bit, and then wham! It ends up falling to pieces because Nemo nearly gets killed for the first attempt in the filter. Now, I just want to say also that Finding Nemo is the greatest Pixar movie. I mean, I just love it so much. I mean, Pixar and Disney really work together. Andrew Stanton, he actually found like the ultimate like dilemma to Finding Nemo. Like, fear can deny a good father from being a father, as in the earlier in the beginning point of the film, after Coral gets eaten, that Marlin, he wants to be a good father, but yet fear is denying him. It's denying him from being the father he wanted to be. And in one point in the film I didn't understand is where Nemo and Marlin get into this big fight, and Nemo says, "I hate you." I'm like, I was just confused, to be honest, which it kind of like went over with Marlin's dilemma over to like Nemo's, interaction with his father. I mean, the relationship just whirled around a little bit, and then it broke away for a while until like near the end of the movie. And I'm like, really, I didn't understand this. Yet you have a little clownfish boy saying, "I hate you" to your dad. I mean, hate is a strong word. But as I watched the movie, I realized that it actually, with Nemo's hatred, but yet from Marlin's bravery, it started to, have their relationship started to roll around again. And it pieced together. And that is what I ultimately think that became the perfect length for what Pixar had created for, Finding Nemo. And that's the end of my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and sorry for the nose picking and everything. I truly apologize. I hope you enjoyed this video. Adios!